Chase Field features a new addition to the ballpark that fans will never see, but could have a significant impact on the game. Cronkite News reporter Blaine McCormick is just a few blocks away from our Cronkite News studios at Chase Field with more. Blaine?
And thank you, Nicole. Today, the Arizona Diamondbacks will open their season against the Colorado Rockies at 7:10. But this season will have a trace of humidity. But I'm not talking about the weather. Earlier this season, the Diamondbacks announced that their baseballs will now be stored in an on-site humidor.
You can definitely tell a difference in the ball, and I'm sure, scientifically speaking, there are some advantages, and it does slow the ball down a little bit. But when you're facing the Rockies, when you're facing the D-backs, at both places, you got to make good pitches.
In the 20 seasons since the Diamondbacks entered Major League Baseball in 1998, Chase Field has seen an average of 170 home runs per season per Baseball Reference, fifth among the 15 teams in the National League. Dr. Alan Nathan, a physics professor emeritus at the University of Illinois and one of the leading experts on humidors in baseball, says the new equipment at Chase is all about reducing the bounciness of the ball, or in scientific terms, the coefficient of restitution.
That coefficient of restitution plays an important role in the collision between the ball and the bat. The larger it is, the faster the ball comes off the bat. Imagine hitting a Super Bowl, okay? As opposed to when it's lower, the ball doesn't come off the bat quite as fast. So it plays a role in the so-called exit speed of the ball from the bat.
Nathan went on to say that he expects the humidor will help reduce the number of home runs at Chase Field. The only other ballpark in Major League Baseball with a humidor is Coors Field in Denver. Nathan said home runs there went down 25% after the Rockies installed their humidor in 2002. Diamondbacks first baseman Paul Goldschmidt said the fact baseballs at Chase now will come out of a humidor will not affect his approach at the plate.
As a player, all that's out of your control. You're just trying to see the ball hit the ball, and if it goes out or if it gets in the gap or it's a hit, then great, and if they catch it, then that's fine. I don't think anyone's going to be changing what they do. If it affects it, it's going to affect it for both teams.
Now, even though this is the first regular season contest where the Diamondbacks will be using the baseballs, they used them in a couple of exhibition matches earlier this week. Live at Chase Field, Blaine McCormick, Cronkite News. There's a hidden gem in baseball, and at Yavapai College, it's a team favorite.
The sound, the smell of pine tar, basically everything. Oh, it's just whenever it hits the ball on the barrel, it's an amazing feeling. You get even goosebumps from it.
Wood bats are the tool of choice in the major leagues, but Yavapai is among the few schools swinging the lumber at the collegiate level. The crack of the bat enables players to showcase their natural pop for big league talent evaluators. According to data from Baseball Cube, the Rough Riders have sent 16 players to the show. 5 alumni are currently in the majors, along with 14 in the minors.
Scouts, they'll look and see that you're using a wood bat, and if you feel comfortable with it and they see that you're comfortable with it, it's definitely a good note they'll take down saying that this kid is comfortable and he can step right in and there won't be an adjustment that has to be made.
The Rough Riders are part of the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference, which requires its athletes to swing with wood bats like these. Now, head coach Ryan Kogel told me that the benefits to this are not only for big league development, but also safety.
In my playing day, you used a -5 weighted aluminum bat that jumped. The exit velocities were really unsafe. NCAA did a good job with kind of managing that, and in the state of Arizona, our junior college conference, I think made it even safer.
Even with using wood during the regular season, rules require the team to switch to metal come Nationals and World Series time. In Prescott, Blaine McCormick, Cronkite News. Colorado Rockies pitcher Ryan Gonzalez was driving with his wife from Arizona to Florida when Hurricane Maria struck his home country of Puerto Rico.
Eventually I got the call, and from there it was like, what do you need? Do you need me to send you something? Do you need to come over here?
Gonzalez said that his hometown of Arecibo, Puerto Rico was hit hard, but to his relief, his family was safe.
My neighborhood was affected. Luckily, my mom's house and my grandma's house, which they live close by. Nothing really major happened. It was like 4 to 5 days that I didn't have no communication, and I didn't know where my family was, so I'm lucky enough and blessed that, everybody's well and they're in good shape right now.
Gonzalez told me that he was in a group chat with a few of his teammates who were in Puerto Rico at the time, but never heard from them after repeated messages. Now, outfielder Noel Cuevas was on the island when the hurricane struck, and he said the devastation is still felt.
There's still places that have no power. There's still a lot of places that have power for a couple of days and then it's gone for a week. So it's very unstable right now, very unstable. And I think that it's time that something is done to prevent that from happening.
Cuevas said that even after the hurricane's touchdown 5 months ago, his mother's home often does not have power when they talk. She was not the only one affected from Cuevas' family.
And we took the generator to my grandpa because they had no power. Where he lives is one of the cities that got hit the worst, and they still have no power. It's a tough situation, and the worst part about it is that in 100 days, there's going to be another hurricane season. And if something like that happens again, I can't even start to imagine what it's going to look like. Because we're still getting up from what happened last year. Imagine getting hit again with something like that and knowing that we won't get the help that we should.
According to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, 95% of the island is expected to have power by March. In Scottsdale, Blaine McCormick, Cronkite News.